This is a mini tutorial on how to pick scope ranges for use in ScopeSync. So I'm just going to go in and pick a typical BCM module. So we'll go for a EQ, and I'm also going to pick a constant value module. So what I want to do here is I want to be able to set the minimum maximum scope range for each of these two asynchronous parameters so I can control them correctly. So I'm going to start with the gain parameter, and I'm going to look at what happens when I move that from the top to the bottom of the range. So at the top of the range I've got a value of roughly 2 billion, and at the bottom of the range it's 0. So that's actually the same as the default range for ScopeSync parameters. If I look over at the display value, I'm getting minus 12.0 through to 12.0 dB. So that will inform me what to set as my user interface range, so minus 12 to 12, and I can set my UI suffix to be dB. Now if I move across to the frequency and I patch that together, now I can see that the range is going from this number, which is I think about 2 million, through to something that's actually a little bit less than 2 billion. So that's telling me that the full scope range for this particular parameter is actually not the full range. So when I set up my parameter in ScopeSync, I should be setting the minimum to that value and the maximum to this one. Again, when I look at the display value, I should be going from 20 Hz through to 20,000 Hz. Now the other thing you might have noticed is the fact that the range isn't linear. So the easiest way of setting up a non-linear range in ScopeSync is to find the midpoint. So in the the BC module, I can double click to get to the midpoint of the range, which in this case is 2000 Hz. I can then set that as my UI midpoint range, and the skewing will be set up automatically. So it's a very easy way of picking ranges and midpoints using some of the features already available in BC Modular.